it's Christine. Time for a scrapbook process video, and this is for the Counterfeit Kit Challenge blog, and it's the sketch challenge. Let me show you the sketch that our master forger selected. To be honest with you, I'll have to find out whose this is. I'm not really sure. It's not, oh wait, Stick It Down. And it's by Brandi Jo. And what I've got going on here, or what the sketch has going on here is two photos here with some triangles, and then there's some lines. And then this could either be, you know, pattern paper with little dots or something, or mixed media, you know, like splatters or something. And then there's some journaling down here. Now, my photos are of my daughter during rehab, so I think I'm going to rotate it this way. I guess like this. I don't guess it matters, does it? So I'm going to go like this because my photos are up and down. And so that's how we're going to do. Yeah, that's not too bad. And so what I'm also going to do is I've got this paper that I had selected that has these triangle pieces. And I'm going to cut out the orange and the blue and use that. And then I think this might be my background, which means I'm going to need probably some kind of light colored splatters or something. I could even use enamel dots, you guys, or some kind of jewels or something. I'll have to think about that because I need to get through some jewels. So maybe I'll do that and some splatters. I don't know. And then what I was thinking, and this is going to be tricky too, for the lines, I have this like scale stamp. I don't know if that would work or not. I'd have to use like white ink. And the problem I've got is I don't know, you know, it's not really, I might could use it on one side or the other or something like that. Maybe with a white gel pen, draw the lines. I'm going to think about that one, you guys. So I don't think I'm going to introduce any of the other patterns at this point, unless I introduce, I may bring a white cardstock in for a mat. I don't know that I want to pull any of these other ones in. I've got another layout in mind that I'm thinking of doing. This might be neat. Here. Might do that just to mat it and use some of that up. I don't want to necessarily use some of these others because I have another layout in mind. So I think I'm going to hang on to these. And I'm going to see what this looks like matted. This is another thing I was going to use, but I don't think I'll use on this layout. This is going to be a little bit simple, I guess. Yeah, I've got to cut these down just a bit because I got my branding strips kind of in the way. But if I do this and then bring in my orange and my blue, let me cut this up. Let me mat this on white cardstock and figure out my lines, you guys. I got to think about that one. I'll be back on in a minute.
Well, you guys, this turned out both more simply than I thought it would, and I overcomplicated it. So what I've done is I did take that paper with the squares and I've cut it, and then I've got the triangles. You can kind of see what I've got going on there. And I've layered the, you know, different hues of the same tone. And I've got my pictures. I did mount it on the white cardstock. And then y'all, I sat there and showed y'all that one piece of paper. I said, oh, I'll frame it with this. No, I screwed up. I trimmed down that one by a 1/2 inch instead of the blue paper. So I can't use that as the frame anymore, which is totally fine. I ended up deciding to just mount the photos on it. So you can kind of see there's a second little mat of the photo. And then now I've glued my triangles together, and I'm going to cut these down, I don't even know, y'all, 1 inch or something like that. Now, that being said, I think they're still technically bigger than what the sketch showed, but I was kind of okay with that. I really didn't mind it because it takes up the space on the layout. What I decided to do, though, first off, I did not pull that stamp out. I did not use that stamp. I did pull out a white gel pen, and this is what I mean about making it simple and complicated. So I ended up deciding just to use my white gel pen to draw the lines that were kind of shown on the sketch, right? So I'm going to use my T-ruler. I have measured, or if I haven't yet, I'm going to, at about 6 inches into the middle here. I'm just measuring this right quick here because there's the longer like line with the little circles on the end is what I'm going to draw along between those two pencil marks. And then I'm going to end up making, I'm going to shift, well, I think I shift it and then I draw a little dotted line. Then I realize I need to glue down my triangles. So you'll see me do all that in just a minute. Where I messed up though is I didn't glue down the blue ones before I drew the line that goes over the top of the triangle. And sure enough, I had that triangle crooked, y'all. It's okay in the end. I mean, you can't really tell when I get done with the layout, but it definitely frustrated me a little bit. So let me tell you a little bit about the pictures. I think I was telling to you, my daughter she played soccer for, y'all, if I think about it, she was age 4, I guess, when she started, and she played until she was 19 or 20 because she was a sophomore in college. She did go scholarship and all that kind of stuff, which that kind of ties back into this story here. When she was a junior in high school, you go out and you do these showcases and things. If you have a kid in any kind of competitive sport that's looking to play in college, you might know this, but you go off and you do these showcases and this and that. Well, she had a college offer her a scholarship, and you sign like a letter that says, you're committed. Well, that had all happened. So we were real excited. She had her college picked out and everything. This was the end of her junior year of high school. And the next to last day of high school, they have a powder puff football game. And she goes to play this game. She's an athlete, right? So she loves any kind of sport, basically. I mean, she's not great at every sport by any means, but she definitely loves being, active and all that. And she goes out there and she's great. She's doing all good things, and she tackles a quarterback or whatever. And y'all, she jumps up to give somebody a high five because she just tackled the quarterback, and her ankle kind of turned funny, and her knee just snaps out from underneath her, and she popped her ACL, you guys. That's the saddest thing. That's almost the saddest story, goofiest story ever, because she wasn't playing. She had played soccer for so many years, never had a single injury, you guys. Well, one small cut on a chin once, but other than that, no concussions, no knee injuries, just nothing. I mean, she's just fine. And she goes out and plays this goddamn powder puff football game, hops up to give a high five, and snaps her knee. And we're like, oh my gosh. And she didn't know first that's what had happened to her. And she just knew something wasn't right. I mean, she could get up and she couldn't really walk real good, but she knew something wasn't right, but didn't know what until the doctor said, that's happened. And it's like, oh my gosh. And so she ended up having to have, obviously, reconstructive surgery. And we had we had a great doctor. She had a really experienced soccer coach who recommended a particular doctor who thankfully was on our insurance. So she had the surgery. And then, honestly, we went to the first rehab place that they gave us. And y'all, it was for old people. It was for old people. We get in there, and the exercises they showed her on the piece of paper was literally for old people, for like knee replacements for that. And we're like, honestly, kind of panicking because I'm going, this is not right. This is where I realized, by the way, guys, on my video here, that my blue paper is crooked as crap. It is so crooked. Look at it, y'all. But I've drawn the line, so I can't move it. It's got to be there. And I'm thinking, that's okay, Christine. It's okay. I'll put the pictures over it, and it'll look just fine. And it does. I'm not unhappy with it in the end, but that's what I had done, y'all. That blue paper is crooked. So, oh well. Anyway, so we find this rehab facility, and he was kind of in this old gym inside this old gym workout facility or something. You'd think, my goodness, this is terrible. But this person had a really, really strong, good reputation, and he really focused on athletes and soccer players and stuff. All of his exercises were focused on that kind of stuff. So what she's doing on here is she's got they're on I guess they call them wobble boards, and she's having to balance on this board, which is, I don't remember, this was in December, and I think she had the surgery in August. So it's about 4 months in, about halfway through her rehab, and she's having to balance. And toward the end of the rehab, she's standing on this thing, y'all, and juggling a soccer ball. So you want to talk about, first off, I couldn't do that, and I wasn't injured. So I was kind of amazed. Anyways, okay, so you can kind of see I've used my white gel pen to draw my lines. Now I've got out my Mr. Huey's opaque white, and I'm going to sprinkle this because she's got on the sketch, it had like little stars or something drawn all over it. And I thought, okay, I'm going to use my little sprinkles here. I will actually end up getting out some little jewels too. Now, the jewels might be a little overkill, because this is kind of a rehab. It's a sport rehab deal, but you know what? I don't care. They kind of played like the little stars. I did also take my white gel pen and I traced around the outside of this blue paper because, like I said, I had cut the paper I intended to frame it with and just, oops. So I had to do something. So I used my white gel pen. And I did put foam up underneath the pictures. So I've got those. They're going to be popped up. Now I'm going to move these around. I'm going to shift this just a hair here and there. Not much, but I will shift it just a hair here and there. And then I'm going to end up getting into my foam letters over there. And it's the wood grain. And if you go back and look at my video where I talk about my kit reveal, there's wood grain letters in the inspiration kit. They're a little bit more red, a little darker. But I really like these with this particular set here. So here's where I want to get into it. Now, I fussed with this. The backings on these, sometimes they stick, and I don't really know why. I try to peel it back, but I don't know. I have to fight with a couple of them. Not real bad, but, here you can see me having to peel. Like, it comes off, but then I have to peel the paper part off, and I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to spell out rehab, And then the sketch didn't really show. It showed like a journaling spot. So I'm going to get off into the ephemera that I pulled for the kit in just a second. And I'm going to find a little journaling spot to sit over there because I really didn't want to try to use my white gel. It kind of skips now and again. You know, it's a decent gel pen. My favorite is my Signo, but this one was a different brand, but it worked today. So I used it today. Yeah, here's my rehab. There's where I had to fight that little piece of paper coming off there. So I'm going to get off into my little ephemeras here, and I do find a little journaling spot, which I kind of liked. It was in this, it says a note, and I'm going to end up writing December 2015. Brooke had 9 months of rehab after her ACL surgery, and I was so proud of her grit and persistence. And I'm going to tell you what, you guys, if you ever seen anybody go through rehab, I mean, the fact that these people, especially I see with athletes, and when they get back to the level that they can still compete, because she did go off to college and play soccer, you guys. She got back to competitive level. It just amazes me the hard work they put in. I was amazed by her. I've got these florals, but like I said, it really wasn't on the sketch, so I struggled a little bit. I've got these little small pieces, and I had it in my head I wanted to use some bigger ones. I wanted to overlap or just something because I just felt like, okay, this is a little too small. So I'm going to pull these other ones out, and you're going to see me try about 100 different ones. And I really don't even add a lot. I think I added like 2 or 3 little small ones after I try all these big ones. Look at that. I'm trying this real big one. It didn't feel right to me, not according to the sketch. You know, it was just a little bit overkill. And the layout was kind of clean and simple. And I thought if I added too many flowers, it was going to take away from the story in a way. I don't know how to explain it, but this is kind of one of those layouts. It's not normal for me in a way. I don't want to suggest my style is like overly embellishy, but by the same token, this particular layout it was going to feel wrong to put too much embellishment. Look at that. I tried another big old ginormous. I'm trying these big old ginormous flowers, and I go, no, Christine, that's just not going to work. So I end up just putting them away, and I think I find 1, 2, 3, 4 little smaller flowers. I will end up putting foam up underneath a couple of the small ones, and then I'll put foam underneath the leaf ends of one of them. Here I am just kind of looking to see, is there something that makes sense? And there's that little guy. He looks good. I'm going to put him on top, actually. He's not going to go underneath there. And then, yeah, see, there's my little journaling spot over to the left. That's kind of how she had the journaling was in that area right there. And I'm still messing with these flowers, y'all. Nope, that goes back. It goes back away. And then let's see, what else do I do after this? I think that's when I kind of cut away in just a second to glue it down if I haven't already. Yeah, I got to glue these things down. I hope I don't leave that in here, y'all. Y'all don't need to see all that. Please tell me I cut it out. If not, I'll cut it off in just a second. No, I did leave this stuff in here, you guys. That's terrible. I should have done that. Oh, well. Sorry. Hope you guys enjoy. See, watch me glue this stuff down. I'm using my ATG right here. I might say, normally I would have used Nuvo glue. I don't really know why I thought to do that, but here's the ones I put the foam up underneath. But anyway, so yeah, she went through all this rehab, and then she went off to college, and she played soccer for, I think, 1 year, and then called me and said, I don't like this coach. So she said she wanted to come home, didn't want to play no more. And I couldn't believe it after all that hard work. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. But I guess when she went to go tell him she was going to go on home, the lacrosse coach wanted to talk to her, and he offered her a scholarship to play lacrosse. And I gave him a call, and well, actually I went and met him. I take it back. I went to meet him, and I was like, you realize this child has never played lacrosse, right? And he's like, that's totally fine. I can show her the game. She's an athlete, right? So she switched to lacrosse, and actually it was a really good move for her. If you play, I think she had played soccer for so long. She was so hard on herself sometimes. It was emotionally draining, you know, if she made a mistake in a game or something like that. Whereas in lacrosse, it was like she had no real expectations of her performance, if that makes sense, because she really didn't know the game at all initially. She did really well. She ended up making captain her junior year. Maybe her senior year. I'm so sorry, I don't remember now. Because actually, no, it was junior year, because senior year actually was the year of the pandemic, so they didn't have a season. So her junior year, she made captain and did really good. So she came on home after that. Anyway, here's the layout, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out the Facebook group. I'm sure some of the other ones will be dropping the sketch challenge. I put my little jewels all over it. Did y'all see that? So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Don't forget to, again, check out the blog and the Facebook group and all the good. And we'll see you next time. Bye.